Once I arrived to the UK, it's like, okay, I'm free. I can walk alone at night. I can enjoy the architecture of the country, and it's really nice to see the flowers. I haven't been smiling for a long time, but now I smile most of the days.
It was so hard for me to leave Pakistan. I can't even think about it because I grew up there. I still remember myself playing on the streets and going out with my friends and family. But when you have to save your life, you have to forget all other things.
My home is in South America. It's a very small town. Used to be peaceful, not anymore, unfortunately. When I think about my home, it's a country that saw me grow, and it has my childhood memories. It's bittersweet remembering my home.
Things started to get unbearable in Pakistan because my faith is different from the majority of Pakistan. I'm an Ahmadi Muslim, and they are basically being killed in Pakistan right now. One of my best friend told me out of nowhere, you guys are allowed to be killed or murdered in Islam. If I kill you, I will it's not gonna be a sin. And I was just like, you're my best friend, how can you say this to me? And she was like, yeah, you are my friend, but I have to follow my religion too. So I had to claim asylum.
The corruption in the country is unbelievable. Our security issues related to the narco traffic. I've been suffer a kidnap, seeing people dead on the streets. I've been witness a father killed in front of the son, just waiting outside of the supermarket. I have several friends that have disappeared. It's a hole in the heart. I didn't want my family to pass through that kind of process. That's why I have to leave the country.
I came alone. I came on a student visa. First I came in London, then I went to Doncaster, then I went to Halifax, then I came to Sheffield. Whenever I tried to settle at one place, oh Aisha, you got a letter from home office, you have to move to another city. It was so difficult. I got depression because I was alone. Then there was a culture barrier because I didn't want to be offended to anyone. I wanted to talk to other people, but I didn't know how to start the communication thing.
I landed in Scotland, moved me to Hull first, and I was in a hotel, and then I was moved to Sheffield for my case to progress and to have a decision. I was not able to locate legal aid on time, so I had to go to the interview unprepared. They were asking for evidence, proof. I was crying, I was totally overwhelmed on the interview. I was totally out of control.
I'm in a temporary accommodation, but I don't know when I will be leaving that place and where am I going in the future. Sheffield was, I think, my last point, and it was the best for me because I can't imagine myself without this city now. I can do whatever I want. I've got freedom of speech, religion, what I do, where I go. I'm grateful.
I still don't have a decision, and that uncertainty makes me feel freaked out. Like, if I have to go back to my country, what is going to happen? I volunteer every day because I want to keep distracted, because otherwise if I stay in the home office accommodation, I will be crazy. I try to be happy. The people in the cities has been very nice to me. I feel like with big hopes that I'm gonna continue with my life and that I can do something else with the rest of my life.
People flee countries because of war and persecution or political reasons. Many of them being abused, domestic violence, facing political torture, raped, and losing loved ones in the war zones. And they're coming to this country with lots of traumatic experience. So how do we support them is really, really key.
My name is Imad. I'm from the Middle East. Coming from different culture, different background, the languages play an important role. Here, everything is online. If you want to do anything, digital skills, you have to understand, like, if you don't have these skills, it will be very difficult for you to be integrated with this culture.
A lot of people, they don't even know how to use a phone, so they don't know how to guide themselves, how to get a bus, they don't speak the language, they don't know where are the supermarkets, the value of the money. I mean, that kind of things are barriers all the time.
When you are asylum seeker, you are not allowed to work until you get your status. When you get your status, you have to wait like 6 weeks or 9 weeks to get your first payment from the universal credit.
Some of them are scientists to farmers to builders to teachers to doctors. So that create lots of barriers, so unused skill, restrictions, racism, and also stigma attached to the refugee journey. When somebody is seeking asylum and when they have a home office case opened, they will be placed in a home office accommodation, in a shared accommodation, or it could be a hotel accommodation. So when they receive a positive decision, they need to leave that property. They need to find an alternative accommodation. They need to open a bank account. They need to find a job, or then to rely on universal credit.
When one person is homeless, with family, with kids, you all sitting in one room for 4 months or 5 months without any cooking supplies, without anything, because you have to manage yourself, breakfast, dinner, lunch, transport, washing clothes, eating outside, everything, and it's very expensive.
Our work is looking through the lens of early intervention prevention. So we work with the sanctuary seekers. When they are in the asylum accommodation, we start working with them early to empower them, work with them with translated documents. We communicate, this is the journey you will be facing. That will empower them to prepare them for the hectic journey, even after receiving a positive decision in this country. When we are talking about NHS documents for vulnerable service user, we are not asking for council house supporting documentation. How can we prevent street homelessness so that they can have a safe place and move forward?
Just imagine someone that is on the streets and already has depression, already has anxiety. Even if you are fit and capable, nobody can imagine to just get a sleeping bag and sleep in the streets. It's something human. It's not just sleeping in the street one day. You don't know when that is gonna end.
If the GP can understand the needs of people, because no one coming to the GP and just asking for this document for fun or for just I want to, because the situation force these people to go to the GP, ask for this document.
The whole system is broken in terms of housing and accommodation. So if the GP is having the complete medical record of an asylum seeker, and that asylum seeker is especially vulnerable, they can make a big, big difference for them. A lot of asylum seekers, a lot of them, they have faced a bunch of trauma back in the journey or in our countries. I think it's important for the GP to ask, have you suffered abuse, sexual abuse, violence? There is something that is never disclosed, especially for women. They think that they shouldn't disclose they have suffered sexual abuse, and that's important because that shapes the future as well.
They need just some people to trust to understand like what they faced, what they need, why they come here. No one like want to like leave his home and his family. If I trust the people, if I trust the GP, if I trust the person I spoke to him, I can share my story.
We would like to invite NHS professional to look at these cases with empathy, knowing that your letter matters because no one else can do that one. So please write letters with the clarity and empathy, and be clear what is the impact on this newly granted refugee if they face street homelessness. Nobody shouldn't be on the street at all, but at the same time, if they are vulnerable because of their health, mental health, trauma, torture, or anything they're going through, please be clear, and your documentation really matters.